Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Look what Santa brought a few hours early. Actually, I gotta thank Intel for passing along the Lenovo Yoga. A few weeks ago, I asked you if you wanted me to unbox a Windows 8 Ultra... Well, what would you call this, really? It's a Windows 8 PC that's not really a touchscreen PC. It's not really an Ultrabook. Well, I guess it is kind of a new Ultrabook. It's the way that you might want to experience Windows 8, and that is with a touchscreen in a very portable design. And that's what the Lenovo Yoga might be able to provide. So I'm going to unbox it. This is the first time I will see it in person. Of course, I've seen all the screenshots or images and some videos online. And when I asked you which Windows 8 PC you wanted me to do this with, you said this. This was certainly, well, top 3. And then I narrowed it down a bit more, and you guys said this was certainly one that you wanted to see. So let me go ahead and make sure we are streaming live on YouTube just fine. I have to do all my own production here, so you have to bear with. Give me a second, and looks like comments are coming in, and so that means we are indeed live on Christmas Eve. So thank you for spending your Christmas Eve with me. If you are, if you're not, you're watching this after it went live onto YouTube. So here we go. It ships, or at least it shipped to me in this classic brown container, this box, which I'm about to, open up. It's got a nice little Intel sticker on the side. And if you guys have any questions, I am going to be watching the comments thread as it rolls through. Doesn't really have any specs listed on the side, other than, well, wait, no, give me a second. Oh, yep, no, it's an Intel i7, 1.9 gigahertz. Looks like 8 gigs of RAM, an SSD of 128 gigs, which is ample, a 13.3-inch LED display, Windows 8, and I think that's really all we need to know. So let's go ahead and open it up. There we go. I'm just gonna show you. I'm opening this up for the first time, unboxing it. That's what an unboxing is, right? All right. Thank you. I just cannot explain how much this means to me. The fact that you're tuning in live, the fact that you liked this video, even before it was broadcast, there was like, 400 likes. It's awesome. Thank you. And of course, for subscribing to the channel, wherever the subscribe button is. And now that you've done that, I can unbox it. You've subscribed, right? You've rated it, right? You've told other people about this, right? I sent out a push notification on our free app for iOS and Android. No word on whether or not we're going to be building a Windows 8 app. Maybe as I use this a bit more, I'll get used to it and convince some developer to create a Windows 8 application for Locker Gnome. Something's sticking. I may be missing something else. This one's a trick and a half to unbox. Well, there's the handle. Do I need to... there we go. I need to pull this out. That would be why. That's the trick of the unboxing. Just unbox it the right way. There we go. Much easier. We have something written in a foreign language up front. And... there it is. That's what's in the box. The Yoga, flanked by, it looks like, a couple of styrofoam holders to keep it in place, making sure it's not going to get jostled around. Of course, there are going to be no, or should be no, moving parts in the Yoga, other than, well, I guess, no, it swivels. So yeah, there are moving parts. I mean, in terms of the actual computer part itself. All right. So there is the box within a box, the Lenovo Yoga. And I guess you can hold on to it this way, too, because it says IdeaPad Yoga 13 right there. Nice black box. No stickers on the outside. Shows you a few of the positions you might be able to twist her in. That's probably the reason why they call it a Yoga. So many positions for this thing. You could use it as a tablet, hide the keyboard, use it as a traditional laptop, use the keyboard, use it as a touchscreen, use it as a non-touchscreen or traditional computer. It can bend and really shape itself to bend to your will, so to speak. All right, let's see. We'll go ahead and open her up. Give me a second. I was going to try to pull something over so you could see this exactly. I don't want to drop it on the desk. No box fart, but I will give you first look. Ooh, that is pretty. I love that color. It's orangey. Not red. It may look red in the video, but that is orange, and I love that color orange. I would love to have had that color orange on my car, and unfortunately it wasn't available. That is a nice orange. I love it. Dude. Okay, I know I gotta continue. I know. Sorry. By the way, I am happy to still be able to run Windows on my Mac using Parallels. They've been a sponsor of ours here at the end of the year. Go.tagjag.com/parallels10. You can save $10 on Parallels if you want. And I've lifted her out. We're wrapped in cellophane here. I'm going to go ahead and set it down for just a moment to show you the rest of the container. We have 3 compartments. Looks like we've got part of the AC adapter here, the other part here, and likely what is documentation with that icon. Hopefully you guys, you're able to see everything just fine. All right, so documentation in here. I don't think it's going to be all that exciting. We're going to need these things because they are our power cables. And then that's it. That's inside the box. You have now seen an unboxing. We now move from a live unboxing on YouTube. Yes, this was live, and hopefully you tuned in for it. You guys should have been tuned in for it. Got 500 of you tuned in for it on Christmas Eve, which I know is going to sound weird, you know, when this is not live anymore. Someone says disgusting. What's disgusting? I don't know what's going on. Hey, baby. Diana has joined us for... Look at this color. You know how I love this color?
Yes.
See, I'm not kidding. I love this color.
Did they know?
Well, they did as soon as I unboxed it. I said I wanted it on my car. Every car that we drive by that has this color, I absolutely adore. Interesting. This is the power adapter. It's almost like a USB cable. It's not USB. At least I'm fairly confident this isn't USB. No, there's no USB logo on it. But dude, if you looked at it from that angle, it looks exactly like a USB connector. No logo. Okay, I guess this is the way it's going to be, and I'm fine with that too. I haven't seen many of these types of power adapters out there. Usually they're round, they're cylindrical in shape. Let's go ahead and get our hands on this puppy. Ooh, feels nice in the hands. It looks slick, but there's actually some amount of grip to it. It's not like whoop. There's, of course, you see a dull shine to it. And so that could make it easier to resist fingerprints or smudges. Kind of like a soft touch of sorts. And then, of course, we have Lenovo there. It's difficult to say what's the top, what's the bottom, because this thing could be twisted in 13 different ways. All right, so now let's go ahead and open it up for the first time. Beautiful screen. We've got a protector. I like holding onto these, too, because it's nice when you're traveling to put them in between your keyboard, touchpad, or trackpad and the screen. We have 3 stickers up here. Ultrabook, inspired by Intel, Intel Inside Core i7, and the Energy Star rating. On this corner, let's see if I can get the reflection of light just right, we see IdeaPad in lowercase letters. There we go. I'll try to pause it. By the way, for those of you who are looking for a higher resolution of the screen or this video stream, YouTube doesn't provide it right now. I've requested it and have not yet received word on when we can do a higher quality live stream on YouTube. I like doing the unboxings and hands-on live because it's dynamic, and I've got the audience with me here. Just checking out. Is it HD? I will find out as soon as I boot it up. All right, let's go ahead. As I'm spinning it around, I'm just looking for various ports. Up here, it looks like we have a volume rocker switch, possibly a microphone. We have an HDMI port. That looks like a full HDMI port. And a USB. I'd assume that would be 3. USB 3, possibly. Could be 2. Doesn't say one way or the other. And then it looks like the headphone jack. And on the other side, we have another USB port and the power place where I will stick the power cable. Up here, it looks like, what is that? Is that the power? No. That might be the power switch up here. Up front is the power switch and the battery indicator. And a couple of other buttons that I don't exactly know. It looks like that's the SD card slot there. Let's go ahead, plug her in, and boot her up for the first time. Oh, is this reversible? I'm maybe a fan of that power cable. I can turn it either way. I love reversible cables. All right, so there's the Windows logo right there on the screen. It's a button, an actual physical button on the screen itself, which is really nice because I could pop it down or out as I figure out how to get this thing to twist. I should probably read more about, oh, it's really that easy. That's it. And now we have the tablet. Of course, then the keyboard's on the back, which is kind of awkward. I don't know if the keyboard and touchpad get disabled in the process or what, but don't do that with you know, a normal laptop. That could be a big problem if you do that to a notebook that can't take it. Let's go ahead. Oh, I need to plug her in. Assuming the battery's already inside because it doesn't look like you can remove the battery at all. Yep, booting it up for the first time. Theoretically. Yep, there we go. I may have to, do some registration, logging in and everything. Booting up. Any questions thus far watching the YouTube feed? I can put a link for where you can get this in the video's description in case you are interested. Specifically this nice orange Lenovo Yoga laptop tablet computer thing as I'm twisting it all around. Okay, I'm just seeing what happens here. I don't know if I could do that. I just did. Yeah, see here. All right, let's try. It's a little awkward to hold it up with. I wonder, am I missing a step? Maybe I do need to read the instructions. I'm trying to cover up the keyboard on the back. It's a little weird to hold it and the keyboard's on the back, so it's like, am I doing this right? Tell me if I'm doing this right, guys. Let me configure. I'm gonna go back to the regular old laptop mode because it's a little more familiar to me here as I get this set up for the first time. Yes, I'm in the United States. Sure, I'll agree to your terms of service. Oh, do I want to personalize? Oh, man, I don't want to personalize. Let's just stick with that. I got to give it a name, though. A name that begins with Y. Yeti. That's a good one for winter. Yeti. Because yoga. It's the name of the computer that it's going to be appearing on my home network. Let's go ahead and connect to... I'm trying to brush that across, and sometimes it's sticking. I don't know if that's a hardware issue, if there's some stickiness in software, or I'm pressing too hard. Oscar the Grouch. I already told you that's my Wi-Fi password at home. Express settings, sure, let's do that. This is just regular old Windows setup. Sign into your PC. I really don't want to do that. Sign in without a Microsoft account for now. Local account for now. I know there are values of doing it without a local account. Let's do this. Well, the screen looks pretty sharp. The passwords don't match. Give me a second. Try that then. And I need a hint. Okay. Finish. Are we ready to go now? Finish again. Finalizing the settings. And since it is an SSD, I don't really have to wait for it to, spin up a hard drive because there is no hard drive. I hear the fan briefly. Let's see here. I'm just looking at the comments here. And oh, thank you. Red Cell 8 says I am doing it right. Good to know. But it is, I gotta tell you, a bit awkward. Nice, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's nice to be able to do that. That's really nice to be able to do that. But it's really awkward using this computer without pushing down the keys or the trackpad on the back this way. It's really odd. Although I suppose it could stand like this. There we go. So I can use it as a stand like that. Move your mouse to any corner. Yeah, well, I don't have a mouse. It's my finger. Moving your mouse. This doesn't even come with a mouse. It's just a little trackpad, touchpad thing. Yes, let's start. It's asking me to start. I wish I could prop this a little higher than I can right now. Oh, here we go. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick my hand in between because it's more comfortable to hold onto the laptop this way. I'm sorry, not laptop, Ultrabook, touchscreen, computer thing. Very responsive. Love that screen. Extremely responsive. Love it. Wow. All right, what do you guys want me to do on this thing now? Tell me what you guys want. I'm looking at the YouTube comments. How light is it? Lightweight enough for me to hold. I don't know if I can hold onto it like this for a while, but it's, as odd as it sounds, it's more comfortable to hold onto it this way than it is this way. This is a little weird because my fingers can only, I can't go that far in. Holding onto it like this is a little more awkward, than you got the power cable. Hang on. Wait a second. It does work. I like that. Looks nice. Great screen. Wonderful screen. So I suppose you could, yeah, I mean, if you hold onto it like this, I mean, it's a rubberized grip on the back. It's a little more comfortable. Just don't hold onto it like this. You cannot, I mean, you can, but I would not recommend it because it's weird because then your fingers hit the keys. So you pretty much have to hold onto it or would want to hold onto it like this. I think I figured that out now. This is part of doing a hands-on gestures. All right, give me a second. This is kind of fun to be able to stick my hand right in between. Gestures, pinch, very smooth, simple. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to pull up a few different default applications since I'm not logged into my account. New Zealand, see what's going on down there. You guys are already celebrating Christmas. Yeah, look at that. Nice. Oh, I guess you can't do that in that app. Okay, let's go back. Okay, let's go home. Okay, let's go back. Okay, let's go home. There we go. I think the silver potatoes down here, I think this is the desktop. Yep, the classic desktop. It's a nice wallpaper too. Don't know if I'm going to be operating in the desktop mode a lot on here. It just depends on my use case. But when you do use the desktop, that is when you will want to transform the Yoga back. Knock my nose off. You want to transform the Yoga back into quote-unquote laptop mode, whatever they're calling it. But certainly this is more like a traditional laptop PC. And this is what helped me understand when you guys saw my Samsung ATEEV Smart PC unboxing and review. And I posted that to Facebook and Google+, by the way. The thing that helped me make sense of Windows 8 was this right here. That trackpad or the touchpad right there. Because I didn't have a keyboard on some experiences, and I had a keyboard on other experiences, and I didn't have touchscreens on some experiences, but yet on others. Swipe from the right, go back to the start menu, of course, or start screen. My bad. Or I could, of course, use the Windows button there or the Windows button here on the keyboard. But I didn't really want to navigate this mode, the start screen mode, or anything in the Metro or modern UI by using the touchpad. I just wanted to swipe it with my finger. But then when I go into desktop mode, that's when I want to be able to use a traditional input method on the keyboard, or specifically built into on the keyboard on a laptop type design. So the best Windows 8 experience that you're probably going to have, and this is just from my experiences, I'm just trying to translate it for those of you who do want Windows. It's having a touchscreen. You don't need it. You want that specifically for this experience, that you really want to touch those things. Can't do that on a traditional laptop. Can't do it on every monitor. But then you also want to have a keyboard and specifically an input device like this, either a mouse or traditional mouse, or a touchpad or a trackpad. And having touchscreen, trackpad, keyboard all together made the best Windows 8 experience, because Microsoft has two UXs in Windows 8. They have this new version of Windows, which is pretty much the future of Windows, which is all these tiles and live tiles. Although sometimes the tiles change and I don't know what I'm tapping on. Like, sometimes it doesn't look like stocks. It's another picture. I'm like, wait, is this news? Okay, yeah, I think that's news. It's not always clear to me with the live tiles. Still kind of fun. But I don't want to navigate the tiles with a touchpad or a trackpad or a keyboard. I want to swipe through the tiles. I want to read the news this way. I want to do this with the screen. And this is a nice screen. Oh, bacon! It's a good thing to open up there on any computer, wouldn't you say? It's not getting hot. I couldn't cook bacon here. And my hand is resting right now on the back, and I can feel the fan and the air blowing out back there. I'm not feeling too much fatigue holding onto it, so I wouldn't say it's extremely heavy just by feel. But, I would say it's extremely lightweight. I want to pinch to zoom out, and I guess I can't. Okay, swipe down to close. Swipe down to close. Although when you do swipe down, apparently I hit my keyboard and turned something off there. What happened? Hang on. Power's still on. Did I? Hang on. See, the power's still on. Okay, well, this has been the hands-on of Lenovo. Ah, there we go. Okay, we're back. I don't know what happened there, but I will go ahead and wrap it up, just giving you some of my initial thoughts, impressions. Rock solid piece of hardware. Love the color. The design is unique if you're looking for a good Windows 8 experience. I like the fact that I can hold onto it like this too. And then you don't need a kickstand. That is the kickstand. It's just kind of built in when you want to use the touchscreen mode. So my only concern might be after use, whether or not the hinges wear out or wear down. That may make it a bit of an issue with flexibility in being the Yoga, but I assume IBM ThinkPads for years, and of course this is an IdeaPad, have been some of the best portable PCs in the industry for years. I had in my entire usage of PCs over the years had one ThinkPad and loved it. It was rock solid. The grips are, you know, on the side of the notebook computer. You can see as I'm holding it here right now, the hinges they're firm. I mean, they're firm enough as I'm kind of shaking it around. I mean, yes, the screen I guess is starting to shut now, but it's pretty solid. I mean, there's some good grip going on with the hinges, and that I think is going to be, you know, the ultimate test with using this thing. You know, you want those hinges to be as strong as they possibly can be because, you know, it's convertible. It's a Yoga. So thanks again to Intel for sending this along. That's my initial hands-on, initial impressions. You guys saw it with me as I did it live on YouTube. Thanks again for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel, assuming you have at this point. Stay tuned for a full-on review after I've had a bit of time to play around with it. This is the type of Windows 8 user experience I prefer to have. Specifically, all those components I had mentioned, the keyboard, the touchpad, or trackpad, whatever they call those things. Because certain companies call them certain things. And then, of course, the touchscreen, which I think is absolutely essential, I think, for Windows 8 to run well at your fingertips. You got to touch the screen. Because if you try to touch a screen that isn't a touch screen, nothing happens, except you might smear peanut butter on it. You got to keep your hands clean. Okay. Thank you again. I really appreciate the support, and we'll see you later.